back to Good Life Mantra. So Venkatesh, what dish have you lined up next for us?
This is a Mangalorean dish. It's one of my favorite dishes which my granny used to make.
Okay.
It's called tomato bath.
Okay.
This is usually done with rice, but today we're doing it with poha avalakki. For people who are on vrata, today being this being a festival season, people don't eat rice, so this can be done instead of rice. Replicated, done instead of rice. It's poha.
Okay.
So this dish I will tell you how to make. You need tur dal.
Okay.
Tur dal is boiled well. Either you can steam it in the cooker, you can cook it and keep it. That needs to be separate. You need to keep tamarind paste. That has to be ready.
Okay.
You have to have asafoetida water. That has to be kept handy. And this poha is kept in water for about half an hour. It's soaked well in water and kept here. Apart from that, I will tell you when making what are the ingredients that we might need.
Okay.
Do this. I'm taking some ghee. So we're going to splatter some mustard. We have some chopped garlic. Some chopped ginger. Chopped curry leaves.
Okay.
A couple of green chilies that are slick.
Okay. We'll let it.
Tomato.
Put the
Add a
turmeric.
little bit of turmeric powder, a little bit of chili powder,
Okay.
salt to taste, a little bit of pounded jaggery for the sweetness.
Okay.
A little bit of sweetness is there in the Mangalorean food that people make at home.
Okay.
Mix it well and add the tamarind pulp.
Okay.
So while this is cooking, the tomato loses its raw smell. And it becomes a thick paste. So add a little bit of water to it because poha takes a lot of water.
Okay.
Poha will absorb a lot of water and make it very thick. So you have to add enough water.
So this is a Mangalorean dish.
Yeah, it's a Mangalorean home style dish.
Okay.
Which is very simple, very flavorful. It's very good on your stomach. It's very light. And children will enjoy it because if you mix it with some dal and rice and give them, kids won't enjoy it. So I'm just adding a spoonful of asafoetida water.
Okay, what is this? Can you just explain us what?
Asafoetida is hing.
Okay.
Hing gives the flavor of the dish. Anything that has lentil and rice, any combination with lentil, hing is very important because.
But won't this give a very strong, smell to the whole
dish? Depends on how much you add actually, because there is tamarind, there is tomato, there is cumin, there is garlic, there is ginger. All these things give you flavor. So if it's only asafoetida, only hing, then the hing flavor might be too much. But there are a lot of flavoring agents that we have already added. We're going to add a lot of coriander leaves to it, so hing will not be, it will not be overpowering.
Okay. How much have you put into this?
I put about 2 spoons of hing.
Okay.
Now this is tur dal that is boiled and kept ready.
Okay.
So I've just added the tur dal. You can cook it over steam in a cooker for about 6 whistles.
Okay.
And you can cook it to a massive consistency, and then add it with the mixture that we have cooked here.
I'm having a very strong smell, because of the masala and all that it used.
There are a lot of things that has gone inside this.
Okay.
So you add it.
Very strong it is.
Yeah, it is because of the green chili, the garlic, the ginger,
and the
chili powder, the hing, everything together. Now this mixture is ready. This is the base mixture that we need to keep ready before we add the poha to it. We add some more water.
Okay. What is the quantity of water that you should actually add?
In Indian cooking, you cannot measure how much of water, how much of salt. It is your eye appeal, how much you would need. Now, we are going to cook poha in this, so you obviously need a little bit of extra water so that poha absorbs and doesn't become like a paste. So it should be a very flowing consistency dish. Otherwise, it's going to become very pasty. So you add enough water to that. Now, I've added about 150 grams of dal, and I would added about 1 liter of water.
Okay.
I've got about 2 tomatoes that is chopped, and a handful of coriander, a handful of all the ingredients put together, a handful, like the cumin, the mustard, all the other things. The garlic, ginger is all about 1 handful.
Okay.
So I'm adding enough coriander leaves. Basically, I like coriander a lot, so I add lots. So, it depends on the people who are making it.
Okay.
So at home, maybe you can reduce it if in case you don't like the green.
But I think it makes it look the dish look more beautiful because of its green color.
Yeah, the green color. But certain people do not like the flavor of coriander, unfortunately.
Okay.
So now this is boiling. The raw smell of the dish is gone. The tomato is well cooked. Now we are ready to add the poha.
Okay.
well. This is something like the bisibelabat that is very famous in Mysore. You make a separate powder for bisibelabat, which gives the flavor for the bisibelabat. Bisibelabat doesn't have tomatoes, so this is something like that, but without all the pain of making the powder separately. It takes a lot of time to make the bisibelabat powder and all that. So this is a little easier version of the bisibelabat. So it's almost ready. One boil.
Okay.
Finally finish it off with a little bit of lemon juice for the extra sourness. As I like coriander, I like ghee also a lot. You can see me. So a nice flavoring.
It gives, you know, beautiful flavor. I mean, it makes the whole dish very tasty.
The glaze of the dish is very important. It gives a shine. It shouldn't be overpowering, but it has to give, because dal tends to take a lot of ghee. Any fat for that matter, oil, ghee, whatever it is, it tends to take a lot of fat because it's lentil. So if you add a sumptuous amount of ghee, it wouldn't be overpowering, but it will give a nice shiny glaze on the dish.
Okay.
And
I can see that glaze coming.
Yes. So it is better that we remove this dish when it is in this consistency. It is little watery now.
Yeah.
It is better that we remove the dish from the gas now, because poha, after removing from the gas, it is dal and poha together. Both tend to become thick after it is brought down. Now the dish is ready. This is the consistency that I told you, that we are removing it. From the time you remove from the range till now, it has already become thick. So another 15 minutes down the line, it's going to be thick. It's going to be like a good a bisibelabat or a bakalabat, something like that, which is going to be thick in texture.
I'm going to feast on this hot tomato bath. You guys note down the method. Thanks a lot, Venkatesh, for coming on the show and for, you know, telling us delicacies from Tamil Nadu as well as from Mangalore, which, you know, you are an expert on. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.